I'm very excited to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening. Rosalyn Fung empowers CEOs, founders, business owners, managers, high-level achieving leaders and their teams to stop energy leaks, optimize leadership skills, and cultivate deeper connections in both professional and personal relationships. With a background as a former psychologist, second-degree black belt in karate, and expert in neuroscience, psychology, energetics, and strategy, she is a ninja of change who helps leaders rewire unconscious patterns for peak performance, bold decision-making, and business success. She has spoken at TEDx, Harvard University, Fearless Women Summit, and This Women Means Business. She is passionate about helping leaders and teams create thriving, high-performing cultures where people feel inspired, motivated, and fulfilled living in their purpose. Just note that Rosalyn is not shy, and she embodies what she preaches about being bold and unapologetic. And if you take a photo or video, share your takeaway from her talk on social media and tag her, you will be entered to win an Unlock Your Leadership Breakthrough session, where you can bring your biggest challenge to the table and she can help you bust through it. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Rosalyn Fung.
All right. Oh, thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Woo! You guys are a fun bunch. Give yourselves a hand. You guys look amazing. Congratulations to all the graduates and the winners so far. I feel like you guys are so family. This is great. I kind of joke I'm like the halftime show. I can't compete with Beyonce or Shakira, but I promise you that I will deliver something that may change the way you think and feel about success. Does that sound good? Seriously? Does that sound good? Let's try again. I think you guys could do better. Does that sound good? All right. Good. I love energy. All right, because energy is everything. So, we're going to talk about shoes tonight. Not what you think. So, shoes, they tell a story, don't they? When we look at the history of our closet, of our shoes, it shows us where we have been, it shows us where we are now, and where we are going. Shoes also reveal what we think and believe about what it takes to be successful. Case in point. These are what many people would consider success shoes. I mean, look at them. They're like a statement. They look good. I get so many compliments. They're pretty sexy, right? Yeah. But can I be honest with you? After a while in wearing these, my back hurts, my feet hurt. It's no fun wearing these. And I'm not just talking about heels. Men, I know you got your fancy version of your shoes, and they're not that comfortable either. And you know, this is analogous to how we are taught about success in the societal messages. That to create an image of success and to actually create your version of success, many of us are taught to grind and to work hard and to over-effort. And sometimes it's painful. You know, I see this because I work with a lot of high-performance leaders and their teams. And even though on the outside there's a lot of success, what I notice is that either how they get there isn't preferred, it's painful, and or some other aspects of their life is sacrificed, whether that's their health, maybe they're gaining a little bit more weight, their self-care, they're putting it on the back burner, their energy, that's going to affect their energy, and maybe even their sex life, right? Their intimacy. And so, here's the good news. It's not about pushing harder, grinding harder to get to your idea of success. But I know that many people wonder, what is that invisible lock that I haven't figured out so that I can have it all? Here's the thing. Our unconscious mind, those deep-seated beliefs, those automatic beliefs we have, makes up 90% of our results, both desired and undesired. So if you don't like certain results in your life, then we need to shift what's happening in the unconscious mind. And you can't do that by yourself. I mean, I got somebody for me. So, as a transformational leadership and business coach, a former psychologist, I'm certified in NLP, which is neuro-linguistics program, hypnotherapy, timeline therapy, and I'm also a spiritual guide. I love to slay unconscious blind spots and energy leaks so that you can have more fun, flow, productivity, and profits. And the bottom line isn't just about the revenue. What's more important is that you feel a beautiful, powerful level of joy, of fulfillment. Now, I have my own story around this. We're going to take us back to 2008. I'm 25 years old, and everything on the outside of my life looks completely perfect. I just started private practice as a psychologist. I'm a newlywed, and I'm a second-degree black belt and a role model to kids, teens, and adults. But behind closed doors was a different story. Even though I was very confident and happy, deep down inside, now I didn't know this, but I was unconsciously, I had this void inside me. And I was achieving, accomplishing, just to fill this void. And I never could. I wasn't conscious of this. And so I unconsciously thought, hey, if I compete in a bodybuilding competition, maybe I'll finally have the perfect body and I'll finally feel like I'm finally really happy. Only what happened was it worsened my disordered eating. I would restrict my food, binge eat, purge by over-exercising. And I would beat myself up, and I would feel so guilty. And the self-criticism worsened. To boot, I came in last place at this competition. And of course, that devastated me because how could I have worked so dang hard only to have one of the biggest failures? So from here, as a therapist, I was led to learn about this method called Haikomi. And what it means is, how do I stand in relationship with myself? And how do I stand in relationship with others? And it's this method that works with the unconscious mind that bridges neuroscience, psychology, and this thing called spirituality. And as I was working through this, I learned that I was unconsciously operating from this belief that I was valued in my doingness, my status, my achievements, how much money I was making, my performance, rather than my beingness, who I am. And my doingness was never enough. Well, shoot, no wonder I was a perfectionist and an overachiever in this mentality of no pain, no gain. And I realized that I had been wearing these success shoes all my life. These are the shoes that got me to look outside of myself for validation that I was worthy. And if you can relate with this, whether it's now or in the past, you know what I'm talking about. These are shoes where you're like, oh my God, it hurts. I gotta take off these shoes. I gotta take off these shoes. No, I can't, because I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep up. I gotta keep up. Oh, I can't let these balls drop. But it's exhausting. This is how burnout happens. But we're too scared to take off the shoes. What happens if we just take off the shoes and trust that there's a different way to get what you want in your definition of success in a way that's easier? All right. Now, we have these shoes. These are my comfy AF shoes. I can walk in miles in these shoes. I can even run a little bit. They're predictable. I know that I'm not gonna fall flat on my face and get embarrassed. These are the shoes where I can just keep going. But these are also the shoes that after a little while, things look and feel a little boring. They're not that exciting. I'm not stretching myself outside of my comfort zone. I'm not rocking the boat. And I'm playing small. Now, playing small doesn't mean you're a failure. You could still be doing really well in your business, but you're coasting. You're coasting. And maybe what that means is you're not actually taking the risk to step out of your comfort zone and maybe putting yourself out there more. Having those hard conversations, maybe with your relationship or colleagues. You're not maybe setting boundaries. You don't want to rock the boat. This is also energy leaking. And this can lead to burnout. This can lead to health issues. I'm going to invite you to place your hand on your heart right now. Yeah. And just take a breath in. You can close your eyes. Just breathe into your heart. And then just exhale. And let me ask you this question. What's alive in your heart right now? What dream, what idea is stirring in there that you haven't pursued? You've been like, yeah, I'm too busy for this. Next time, no, I'll do it later. What is that? Or perhaps it's something like you need to have a conversation with somebody and you've been avoiding it. I know. It's not always comfortable. Here's the thing. We operate on 3 different engines: our head, our heart, and our gut. But sometimes, or often, our head tends to get a little bit overthinky, right? And it tends to get bossy. And we avoid what's actually here in your heart and in your gut. And the truth is, this is where your unconscious beliefs are held. They're not wrong if we just tune in and listen. There's answers and wisdom in there. So these shoes aren't going to get me a tap further in and take the risk to actually listen to my heart and take the risk. Now these shoes, These, can you guys see these? Every time I look at them, I'm like, oh my God, they make me so happy. These are our sparkle shoes. These are the shoes that bring us joy, that bring us aliveness, because these are the shoes that make us feel like us. These are the shoes that isn't for everybody. These are the shoes that will magnetize your kind of people and repel the people who are like, oh my God, these are so gaudy. Here's the thing. These are the shoes that get you to trailblaze, that get you to innovate, that get you to be bold and unapologetic. These are the shoes that helps me be the first psychologist in Alberta in 2015 to create an online program, which was a lot of red tape, but I figured it out legally and ethically. These are the shoes that got me an international speaking gig, my first one after that. And then these are the shoes that got me on a magazine cover and a 4-page article to create even more impact. These are the shoes that also got me my TEDx talk, How Great Leaders Invite Uncertainty. And I'm going to put a little shameless plug. Please go watch that. I have a dream of impacting at least 1 million people, and it's on my QR code as well. And it's fun. There's a choose your own adventure part, so definitely like and comment what your adventure you're going to choose is. But these are the shoes. I want you to just imagine, what are your shoes? What's your version of your sparkly pink shoes that make you feel like you, that get you to be even more bold, more authentic, more brave? Because when you do, that's what we need, is we need more leaders that raise the standard, that innovate, that trailblaze. So I leave you with this. Which shoes will you wear next? The ones that look really good on paper as successful, but are so painful to wear? The ones that are safe, but keep you playing small? Or the ones that are bold and unapologetic and get you to play win, win, win? It's your decision. Thank you so much. I'm Rosalyn Fung, and I also have, so Emma had pointed out, if you would like, share your takeaway from this talk. You can tag me on social media, that'll count as a ballot, and each tag you do on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram counts as a point. I also have a draw for a session to unlock your leadership potential. Let's get down in there and give me your biggest problem, whether it's in life, relationships, business, and let's bust through it. Thank you very much. I'm Rosalyn Fung.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rosalyn.